keep it 1 for 100. My man keep it 1 for 100. My ladies keep it 1 for 100. My peoples keep it 1 for 100.
100.
Welcome to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday. Big Sunday, Oklahoma Boomer Sooner with a win.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey man.
Man, I got to tell you, if you was a Sooner fan, you was fired up. You was on the edge of your seat. You was kicking. You was crying. You was screaming. The babies was crying because you didn't know what was going to happen. Everybody put Jackson Arnold in.
Who said that?
Put Jackson Arnold in.
Somebody said that?
I didn't hear nobody saying that.
I heard a couple of people say that.
Maybe take Major.
Yeah. Major. Yeah, I ain't gonna dog no kid because you know what? He's getting his free education. But I gotta say, Gabriel said, hey, I might be tatted up.
Gabriel said.
He said, I might be tatted up. Mama crying. She put a little hulu around my neck. But hey, Boomer Sooner, baby. His first OU Texas win. Congratulations to him.
Yes, sir.
What's up, fellas? How y'all feel today? Hey, I got the crew back. Yeah. Welcome back.
Goddamn it.
Welcome back. Big E and Jonah on this Sunday afternoon. Welcome back.
Yeah, you might have to quit your day job.
Yeah, y'all like that. What's up, fellas?
Tired. Happy. You know, any day you wake up, victory Sunday after OU beat the Longhorns. I mean, it's a good day.
Man, you know what? I used to feel that way, Big E. I did. I used to say, man, you know, back in the day, I used to say, my Bombers won, my Sooners win, and my Cowboys win tonight. It's a hell of a day. But
that's not going to happen.
My Bombers didn't win, but Deer Creek did. And my Sooners did, and my Cowboys will win tonight.
Cowboys are not going to win tonight.
Yes, they will. They'll beat up on the 49ers. White chocolate, whatever y'all want to call them.
White chocolate going to have 200 on
old boy, Pooty, what's his name, from Iowa State. He got his 8-game winning streak. But, baby, I'm going to tell you something. All good things got to come to the end.
Just not tonight.
It's coming to the end tonight.
Maybe tomorrow or next Sunday.
No, it's coming to the end.
It should be a good game, though.
Cowboys, honestly. I'm telling you, man. Prescott, he don't throw no picks.
That's what's gonna happen.
He kind of got that game out of him. You know, he lost to a Cardinals team that's horrible. But hey, it happens. He came back and redeemed himself last week against the Patriots. Put up 3,800 points. A lot of that was defense, but hopefully he can take care of business. But guys, we got a special guest on today. You know, we'll have him on, Mr. MJ Westmoore. Westmoore might be the hottest team in Big 6A. Big Zoe said, "Hey, I don't have no for sale sign in my yard." You know why?
You had to change that offense.
He said, man, I might have lost to them Yellow Jackets. I didn't have my bug spray ready or my fly swatter, but guess what? I knocked at them Jeep Trojans. I knocked off that Moore Lions, my home rival. And then I just knocked off BA.
He ain't done that in what?
He ain't done that in a long time, man.
I don't think he done it at all.
Hey, Zoe, right? I'm telling you right now, the town of Moore is talking about vote for Zoe, vote for Zoe.
He can run for mayor.
He run for mayor. He gonna get a chance. Big E, what's going on? Talk about them Sooners.
Man.
Talk about them.
That was a very exciting game. I was sweating so much I had to take a shower after that game because I was sweating buckets.
He had cold cuts coming out.
Yeah, man, it was.
Some deodorant.
Yeah. I had to put 3 or 4 layers of that on, man. I'm telling you, it was bad. But anyways, really good game. Had you on the edge of the seat the whole time. You know, super pumped up. Me and my mom were both yelling. Me and my mom were the Sooner fans.
Did y'all paint yourself?
No, we don't do none of that. But
I thought y'all color might have been red.
No, but my dad and my sisters looking at me and my mom like we're crazy because they don't really understand the importance of the game or whatever. They just don't care much for it. But me and my mom, we're screaming, we're yelling, and
they look good like this.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, but it was a really good game. You know, starting off with that interception by Gentry Williams. That dude's going to be a problem.
Booker T.
Hey,
he may go
Tulsa kid.
He may go first round.
Yeah.
Just a sophomore, man.
Just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
So, I mean, he...
Not really.
He had a...
I mean, I think
man,
he's
redshirt freshman?
I got to ask you both.
I don't think he was redshirted. Was he redshirted?
He can if he wants.
He's a red shirt, but I got to ask you guys, though. I mean, he needs to come back, but I got to ask you guys. Both of you guys are college guys. You watch college sports 24/7. I know Jonah record 3 or 4 games. I know you keep up a lot with the Sooners. But, if you look at Oklahoma, because a lot of these kids were in this program last year, and, everybody was last year like, oh, man, Brent Venables. But I have to say, man, Coach V has done a great job. Lovey's still hot and cold, but, I think OU's offense is at its best when they are full court press.
Yeah.
Right.
They can't be stopped. I think Gabriel gets in a good rhythm. But why do you guys think he slows it down?
A lot of that's get the defense time.
Yeah.
If you're going fast and you score within a minute or two, you just came off the field.
Yeah, okay.
That and plus it changes the momentum of the game when you go fast. And then sometimes you want to set it up and see what the defense is doing. It's just kind of like a cat and mouse thing. He's making adjustments. Your defense is changing. You go fast did not give the defense a chance to adjust to what you're doing. So coach may say slow it down. Defense is getting tired because you're running across the field. You got your DBs running. Basically seams the whole time or go routes the whole time. So that's basically, to me, that's what it is.
No. Good
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's something that they've improved on drastically this year is clock management, game management. Last year, you'd have games where
he's
going too fast at a time that he needed to milk the clock,
right?
And then or vice versa, he was taking too much time on drives that you kind of need to score quick, get down the field quick. But I think they definitely put an emphasis on that over the offseason and over the course of the first half of this season. So,
right.
That's something that I saw that I like to see, the clock management, game management,
not
that.
Not like the Hurricanes?
Yeah.
That was a tough one last night.
That was tough.
Guess who? Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech.
But
take a knee, buddy.
Yeah. But, that was something good to see. I remember, it was, at the time I was like, man, why are we wasting all of our timeouts right here? But, once they got the ball back, they were able to move the ball down the field quick.
But Texas really didn't.
Texas they softened up their coverage a lot.
Well, they really didn't stop him the whole game. I think
we stopped ourselves.
Levy's play call on his first play on first down would get to him.
Yeah, he run it up the middle, or they always trying to go outside with slow guys.
Which rushing the ball, this was probably their best game rushing the ball.
No,
all
they
season.
did, and
against a
quarterback wise.
Yeah, quarterback wise, I think what Tawi had. I have the stats pulled up. Let me see. Tawi Walker had 46 yards. Marcus Major had 27. But yeah, Dylan Gabriel was your leading rusher with 113 yards. So
they talk about he got one more year. You think he'll come back?
I don't think so.
No,
I really don't. I think
if he goes to New York.
Yeah, if he goes, if he's one of the top 3 finalists, maybe even not. I think there's a system that would want him. I don't know of many quarterback needy teams right now, but he could sit behind somebody for a couple years and maybe take it over after one of these teams have an older quarterback like the Titans or the Raiders, something like that. I think I could see him going to one of those teams, sit behind a quarterback.
He might go behind Miami, Tula Faluta.
Nah, Tua's still young. I don't see him. I think Tua's. I don't see him beating out Tua.
Tua's got a half a brain right now.
That is true. Hey, but they're. That's a really good system, like a quarterback friendly system.
Right.
You got 2 of the fastest dudes in the league on the outside. And you got a pretty solid slot. Sometimes they. What is it? Cedric Wilson, I think is his name. They rotate him out with Braxton Berrios. Braxton Berrios is a pretty quick guy too. And then in their backfield, they have 2 of the fastest running backs in the league too. So just a really that offense has a lot of speed and they're very explosive. And then Mike McDaniel's play calling. It's I like his style of play calling.
You kind of look like him a little bit.
Goddamn, that's his cousin.
Damn, they can pass with brothers.
No.
So
but he got some swag though, man.
Did they
win he was a ball boy for Denver?
Yeah. He the cat cool. He looked like he Revenge of the Nerds, but he cool as hell.
No, he looked like a shiesty car salesman.
Come get this BMW. It runs good. As soon as you fall off, the tires fall off.
Goddamn it. What do you think they're doing about their tailbacks at OU?
Man, I
You
don't
think
know, man.
Major was
Because
on the portal? I think Major was going through the portal, and he's always been hurt.
But you should have let him went to the portal because, like
and
you
it's
just
one
said.
of those things we're going to let you play because you're a senior type thing.
Because you had those 2 backs. Somebody brought this up yesterday, at the watch party. You had those 2 guys that played last year in the bowl game.
Yeah.
Those freshmen that played outstanding ball, and you really can't even see them. Barnes.
Yeah, Javonte Barnes. I think he's playing through some injuries. He's
but
a little
they're both
banged
injured,
up.
though.
Oh, okay.
And then Sawchuk, I think he's.
I didn't think he's very good. Number 27, Shockchar, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, he's good.
He's good.
He's in I really like 29.
I see him.
the walk-on.
He's like similar to Rodney Anderson.
I really like the
think.
walk on. I just think he's a downhill.
But
Don't try to get him out.
He's not every down.
No,
He
no.
can't block. He can't catch. And I think that's
No,
he
he
can't
can block. He can block.
You
He
were
picked
right
up that
about
one
that.
block.
No,
he
he can't
picked up that block right there. That set up. Was that?
I
there
think
was a
that
play.
block ran into him.
No. I think he
Kinda like Bumper
adjusted
cars.
because it was like this dude was about to be untouched, about to sack Dylan Gabriel, and Tawi Walker just gets in there and pushes.
What I'm saying,
him
he's
away
not
from-
an every down back.
No,
in the
definitely
sense
not.
That he's not going to catch out of the backfield. He's not going to block
Yeah.
like a higher IQ back. I think that's why Major starts because he can just stay in there.
Yeah.
And he can do all three phases.
I think
catch.
towards the end of the year, as
I think these
Barnes and Sawchuk get healthy, you might see him more.
Well, guys, don't get mad what I'm about to say. And I said this. Jonah said, "Man, you stupid." But I think OU's gonna go undefeated. And they'll play freaking Oklahoma State. And Oklahoma State play good ball Friday night. I mean, I don't care what nobody say. Against K-State, man, blackout. Hey, Gundy had those boys ready. Now I don't know all the dancing in the locker room. I mean, it just must be.
all his coaches do that.
I mean, that's
It's
cool. I
for
mean,
recruits.
you want to get them fired up. But I think Oklahoma State played really good, and don't count those guys out. Baylor's not very good at all. Texas Tech's not very good. I mean, BYU.
Anybody's gonna be Oklahoma.
Kansas can't count Kansas out
Yeah,
because
can't count
Kansas lost
out.
to Texas.
That's a game that I have circled. That's that could be a trap.
But is that game at home or is that game away?
That's in Lawrence. That's in Kansas.
See, that's a tough place to play,
Yeah.
man. They got good backs. No, they got.
I think.
OU's defense is salty. I'm not gonna say,
I think- I
but
think
he's a
Venables-
mobile quarterback though, and
I
you
think
say
Venables has got him locked in. I think if someone's gonna beat him again, it'd be Texas in the Big 12.
that scares me too.
Yeah, that does.
That'd be
scare
the
me.
only thing. They'll go
But
undefeated
then-
until then.
Whoever wins that game is gonna go to the playoffs. Whoever loses,
Hell, the way it looks, they both may go.
yeah.
I-
Georgia looked pretty
really,
good last
the
night.
SEC
Georgia said, "Kentucky, you ain't ready. You might be talking."
I mean, it could be two Big 12 teams.
USC's not gonna win. I mean,
Georgia.
you watch. They should got beat last night.
USC's gonna get smacked around by Oregon.
Oregon,
Yeah.
maybe Washington.
Washington State, Utah.
Yeah.
One of them states, Washington teams got beat yesterday. Didn't UCLA beat one of those teams?
UCLA can still beat them.
Yeah, I mean, so USC. I mean, Caleb Williams is the real deal, but
You take him off.
Man,
and say,
nah,
that
they're
defense-
horrible. They're
that
horrible.
defense.
I mean,
If
they
Lincoln
can't-
Riley wants to, like,
he just needs to be offensive coordinator.
yeah.
He didn't even get
Well,
head
I
coach.
think he just needs to get somebody in there other than Grinch, because I mean, let's be
He
honest.
can't recruit because he's offensive minded. No one wants to go over there on defense.
Yeah, nobody.
It
That's
doesn't
why he
matter
needs
where-
a defensive coordinator.
and
to
he's not
go
gonna
in
see
there.
anybody.
But
I don't know
NFL.
who,
Even then,
who would
he-
be available.
Even then, he's not going to get anybody. If you did have a good defensive coordinator, Brent Venables could be there. He's still not because it's an offensive minded program.
Okay,
You
that's
get what I'm
what you're
saying?
saying. Yeah, I agree. I
What
see
about
that,
some of the other games from college before we have Mr. MJ on from Westmoore?
That LSU Missouri game, it was close for a little bit.
Yeah,
I was following
watched
that
that.
a
I
little
mean,
bit.
they just
so.
they just showed you who they really are. LSU, they're
I
not
think
very
Michigan
good.
is that good.
I
Or
think
they
Michigan's
just playing?
good, but I think
Michigan's
Ohio
good.
State's going to beat them though, like always.
I don't know.
always.
Michigan's
been
had
beating
them beat the past couple years. So
Florida
I think-
State's okay.
Florida State. I like Florida State a lot. I think they'll be in the playoff for sure.
I don't know.
Because I don't
I mean, I don't think nobody's going to
they'll
beat them in that.
They'll beat Clemson,
Yeah, Clemson's.
Louisville. That Louisville Notre
Who
Dame.
won that game last night?
Louisville
Louisville's
did
pretty good.
33-20.
That back is tight. That back
Yeah.
is nice. He's
Yeah.
fast.
I think in the ACC championship,
I
it'll be
think
Florida
Louisville
State
will beat
and
Florida
Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Got more
that'll be
dogs.
good.
Got more dogs in them.
North Carolina too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they just
North
got one.
Carolina.
They Walker. Was it
Yeah, they got that receiver.
Did he get
back.
to play
got cleared.
yesterday?
He
He
did.
finally got.
Did
Yeah.
he get? What was his stats?
Let me see real quick.
Let's pull them up real big, quick, Big E.
Florida State will get beat by one of them.
Yeah, but like I said,
I
really,
can see two Big 12 teams.
how many is it this year? Is it still 6 teams or just 4?
Four. I can see
Well,
two.
I thought they changed it to 6.
That's still not to next.
No, that's not till next year.
Oh,
The
okay.
12.
I
It'll be
can see
12 teams
Georgia.
next year.
Oklahoma, Texas, and
Michigan.
They're gonna
Michigan.
try to have one from each conference. They'll try to represent one.
but
from each
why
conference.
though?
I'm just saying that's just how it works, man. I mean, I know.
But you got to look at this
Mhm.
because Texas is only gonna go down about to 10.
Yeah.
Well,
Al-
the AP poll just came out today. Texas is at 9. OU's
Right.
at 5.
Okay.
Oh, Boomer!
Now watch this.
Come on, E.
Michigan will stay.
Boomer!
Sooner.
Listen.
Okay.
Michigan will stay undefeated. Georgia will stay undefeated. OU will be all those two. Texas will be undefeated till they play each other, and they'll be probably ranked 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 against 6 will beat each other. Be each other's loss. I can still see them going 3rd, 3, and 4.
I mean, that's true.
What I'm being conscious of with Texas is usually when they lose this game, like
They might lose another one.
Yeah, they lose another one.
But
They
they
get
already
kind of
played
down.
Kansas though.
They already played Kansas.
What about Kansas State?
Kansas State, I don't know.
Kansas State
I gotta
bad.
look at their schedule.
Kansas State bad.
But
Their offense is bad. I mean, I
really
told you a
don't
couple
think
weeks ago they got
that
one
you
guy.
and me.
That's me. They got one guy.
Who?
Number 34 is their best receiver.
Who is this?
K State. I mean, and Oklahoma State did a good
Well,
job.
I'm just saying, you have that game.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
do. But like
Texas
you
really-
said, I think OU's kind of down.
I don't really
there,
play
though.
nobody the rest of the year, so they'll probably win out. They
I'm
got
just
they got
saying,
Houston
If
after the
they've
bye
already
week.
played Kansas, they should be good.
Yeah, they got Houston after the bye week.
OSU kind of
Kansas
gets
State.
them too.
Yeah, OSU's
They
going to
don't
be
play
tough.
OSU.
Yeah, I'm talking about
They don't
OU
play
do.
OSU this year.
OU does.
Oh yeah, OU does.
But
I'm not
somebody
talking
was
about
telling me yesterday, last night, that they were talking about they don't know if they're going to let OU play in the Big 12 championship because they're leaving. That's what they were saying. Have you heard that,
can't
Big
do
E?
that. No, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
But how's Texas and OU on the same side? I thought they were on different sides
No,
when they
they're
did
the
that.
same.
To us.
So the Big 12, they still don't have it split up into divisions. They have
is
it.
that what
It's
it
just
is?
like it's
Oh,
kind of
so
like.
whoever has.
But
the
there's
best
too
record.
many teams for everybody to play everybody once, like you had in the past. So it's kind of just like
I was
you
wondering
take
why
the
they were
you take the
still
best
top
two.
teams.
Yeah, they just take the top two teams, and then that's the championship. But
Those could be the
you know.
top two teams.
they'll probably move that around next year, I think, because they
no,
have.
they can't do them. Not
Well, no,
into
you
the
got
conference.
Colorado.
No, I'm talking what
Is
Tony
it?
was saying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think next year you might see them split into divisions because you got
Right.
Colorado joining,
I thought they did that
Arizona
this
and
year.
Arizona State. There's another team in there too, but yeah. So you asked about Tez Walker and what his stats were.
Yes, sir.
He had 6 receptions for 43 yards, no touchdown, but I mean he was involved in the passing game. I mean, really, there's a lot of receivers involed in that passing game.
And
from
are they
Carolina.
undefeated still?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had,
Mac
yeah.
Brown. Mac Brown said
Yeah.
my Longhorns went down, but my side, my Carolina still baby blue won.
The North Carolina.
He the oldest coach out
had
there.
North Carolina had 2 receivers over 100 yards receiving.
That's big time. Then you
So-
bring Walker back. I mean,
Yeah.
just another weapon they can have. Well, folks, we got to keep moving though because it's NFL Sunday, and like I said, I got to get ready for my Cowboys. Probably got to give me a little nap. That's that 8:30 game tonight, 7:30 whatever time it kicks
I'm
off.
off tomorrow too.
Oh yeah, that's that government. But
Man,
It's that
us real people still got to work.
it's that it's killing a million
I'm hoping
people.
they cancel school tomorrow, but I don't think it's going to
It's
happen.
that.
Why would they kill? Because OU won.
They used to do that. Like
Man,
when
Big
OU won
E.
Red
Oh,
River,
yeah,
they
they
canceled
did do that
class
too.
on Monday.
But I got to
But-
give a shout out my baby girl.
Who? Zoe?
Big Zia turned 13 this coming up Friday.
Goddamn, Zoe.
13. She's going to turn 13 on Friday. That 13.
13 going on 30.
13 going on 30. But man, just a great weekend of football. Had a couple friends over last night. Me and the wife went out and to one of
Which
her
one
friends'
was it? You had
house.
friends over? You went out.
I had friends over for the whole OU game.
Oh,
I asked Big E, but he said, me and my mom's going to sit here and look at each other. Look at me, Jonah.
with war paint.
I love you, Big E. Glad to have my boys back. I did this show last week, and I'm telling you, it's hard to do a show by yourself because you ain't got nobody to talk to. I'm over here talking
Talk
to the
to the
gold
kids,
ball.
man.
I was talking to the helmet. I was talking to everybody. I even talking to Bobblehead, but all he did was nod his head. Ain't that right, Mr. Bobblehead? Y'all can't see him. But, folks, we're going to bring on MJ from Westmoore, the outstanding quarterback that's got them doing big things, man. Sitting at 3-0 in
What's that
district.
record? Can you pull that record up?
Like I said, man,
schedule?
they are doing big things over at Westmoore. Zoe Williams, man, you got to give the young man some love. I know the last few years people talked about his record, but you can't talk about his record now. He's going to find a way to get in the playoffs.
Some people.
I was talking about his
That
record.
was-
I
you
mean,
got super-
I keep it 100. If you ain't keeping it 100, you ain't doing it right. But I'll be the first one to give him some love too when he's doing something right. So I'm really super proud of him. What he's done with his team. People's gonna talk, hey man, he had some kids move in, but everybody got kids move in. But the kids he got moving in are winning. That's what you do when you bring them in.
And they're in real houses.
Oh yeah, real houses. They don't have no fake lots.
No fake lots or no carpools. None of that.
None of that. No bus stops.
No bus stops. No.
But we'll get about them when we get into recaps of the high school games. We'll talk about some of these teams and what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong. Because sometimes if you do wrong, it catches up with you. We'll be right back after what?
After one of our sponsors.
Keeping it 100, Oklahoma High School Sports.
Man, Dad, all this crazy weather has gotten our roof and gutters all messed up.
Good thing we know some guys over at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. They can inspect and repair your roof and gutters and get in contact with your insurance company in 72 hours or less.
Call Jay Hunt at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters at 405-473-0674. No job is too big or too small for Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. Welcome back to Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports on this Sunday afternoon. On the phone with us today is the outstanding quarterback for the Westmoore Jaguars, man. He's having a hell of a year. You got to give it up to my man, MJ. What's up, MJ?
What's up? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on and joining us on this Sunday afternoon. I know you're probably tired, man. Y'all been balling out the last 3 weeks. But, MJ, before we get started, I know they call you MJ, but let the listeners know your real birth name.
Michael Graham Jr.
Okay. Well, MJ, I know you bring your talents over to Westmoore, man. You was over at Southeast for the last few years, but you come over to Westmoore and you guys are doing big things. What's it been like coming over to Westmoore?
It's been great. It's actually what I came for exposure, actually. And it's going well so far.
You know, MJ, man, you and your brother both been balling out, man. I know he's just a junior, you're a senior, and I think you guys have a younger brother. You know, I know you got has a your first outing was against Union, one of the top teams in Big 6A, but then you guys lose a close one to Chata. But after that, man, I think Zoe said, "Hey, let's get on this bus and let's get this thing rolling," because you guys have knocked off Jinx, you knocked off Moore, and you have just knocked off BNA. Those are three powerful teams. You know, the Westmoore Moore War is always a tough game, but you know, you guys fought through that and got that win. Had some Jaguar magic that comes from Zoe being an ex-bomber. But I just want to sit there and say, you know, you guys won that game. Then you knocked off Jinx. Tough ball game. It came down to the last few seconds. Then you just knocked off BNA. These last 3 games, you know, you have done some amazing things, you know, with your feet and with your arm. What did you guys do to get, you know, to change things around to get y'all going?
In those 3 games, actually, on our bye week, we did this thing called County Fair. It was like a really physical week, work on our physical side. And after that, it just kind of turned on a switch for us and got us going.
I remember that from the Bomber days, the county fair. Remember that?
No, I don't remember county
It's
fair.
basically like a circuit.
Circle. Oh,
Like a
everybody hit it. He called it.
No. You have different groups, and you had to go from each group for so many times.
Yeah.
So it's like 2-a-day practice. They basically started all the way over.
Okay,
You remember the county fair?
No, I don't remember.
That's
county
that middle
We
fair.
did that
shit.
one time.
That
at
shit's
Choctaw.
horrible. I hated that.
It was bad.
You know-
it was rough.
Y'all got a couple questions. Go ahead.
So when did y'all change to that zone read? I've noticed y'all didn't have that before. It looks like y'all just changed to that. This is Jonah.
On
sorry.
offense,
On offense,
Or
yeah. Offense.
we've been having it, actually.
And
But
why did he wait
I
to
just-
use it?
this is my first year, like, really running it, so I wasn't really that good at it.
I
Okay.
can't tell. I can't
And
tell.
then
Yeah, it's made a big difference with y'all's offense. You know, you running that zone read because, you know, you got to counter for you.
Right.
You know, even in the Union games, you guys did a lot of good things. You know, the score don't look like it, but, you know, you take away those turnovers and, you know, block punts and things like that, you know, the score's a little bit closer.
It's kind of hard opening up to,
a top
first-
team, you know,
first
top
game, top team,
but, you know, I mean, I know your brother's one of your top targets on the team. Tell the listeners a little bit about your brother.
He's really underrated in speed. He's quick. He's stretched. He's a little tall, not that tall, but his arms are longer. So I trust him with the high balls and the deep balls.
Gotcha.
And he played slot his first 2 years, so if he got a chance to get inside, I know he'll do good inside too.
Yeah, that's big time. So, you know, MJ, tell us a little bit about your recruiting, because I know before you came over to Southeast, and, you know, I always tell people all the time, I do not know how you guys lost ball games over at Southeast, having you, your brother.
Yes, let's talk about that. Y'all had
Rodney Fields or Damon Fields, and some of the other guys you have on the team with you. Then I think they got one of the guys over at Chata. How in the hell did y'all lose ball games at Southeast? I'm telling you, that with that much talent,
I could have coached y'all.
I could have
five
coached.
state championships.
I'd at least won one with you guys, man. I would have gave Colorado everything they wanted, but I mean, tell me what's that was like though, man? Because I know it sucks that I know you're happy for all your brothers, like Damon and then Rodney. You guys are all getting received scholarship, but you know what was it like? You guys all breaking up. It was kind of like the Jacksons breaking up.
Yes, you don't know what the Jacksons.
It was fun. It was really fun. It got to a point like where it was just like the people you name actually just really wanted to win. And once like kids over there heard the team name, their confidence went out like before the game even started.
Yes, sir.
So they'll see that we could play with a team at halftime, and then come out second half. We playing with the team, but it's already too late once they put up about 3-4 touchdowns in the first half on us.
Yeah.
But how does it even get to that point? Like, just
their
eight
conference.
is 8 D1.
Only what me.
But even then, all you need in high school is 3 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all shouldn't have lost the game.
You're right. But
I mean, if you think,
I mean,
I know you're trying to be nice, but there's no way y'all should lose the game.
Yeah, I mean, with that much talent,
I mean, you look at it now. Westmoore got turned around. Where's Dale City
Dale
got
City.
turned around?
mm-hmm.
Where's the other one at?
the other young man's at Chata, I think he had a big catch the
Is
other
it,
night.
is
at
it
the end.
Tay?
Tay.
Yeah, Tay.
Yeah,
I
he had a-
mean, I don't unless y'all's line wasn't that good. I mean, I don't get it.
No, our line wasn't good at all.
There it is. Ding,
Hey,
ding, ding, ding,
he's
ding,
keeping
ding.
it 100 right there.
He kept it 100.
Yeah.
He didn't want to call nobody out, but hey, you forced his hand too.
Yeah.
But MJ, like man, like I said, I've got a chance to watch you a couple times in person. What you bring to the game, man, it's funny because you kind of look like Jackson out there from the Baltimore Ravens, man. I mean, Lamar Jackson. I mean, no, I mean, real man.
Yeah,
That if you didn't know, man, and you put you guys beside and watch you run around, and I'm like, man, he's about to get tackled. The next thing you know, you get out and you're throwing the ball down the field.
And it looks so funny that he ain't even trying.
Yeah,
to do,
yeah.
It's just like he's just gliding on
yeah,
the field.
that's it. Like you're on ice,
Yeah.
just kind of
Like
sliding
he's
on
playing around having fun.
Yeah, so
I actually am though.
Yeah.
He looked like Steph Curry.
and that's what it's all about, though, is having fun, man. I know you're gonna go to Houston. We got your picture up. Sign with a Big 12 team. What kind of offers did you have? I know you had Houston. I think you had another offer too, didn't you?
I had Tulsa and I picked up UCO kind of late after.
UCO.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them don't call you again.
I know.
But since you went to Westmoore, have you had any new offers? Like anything, or they've kind of left you alone since you signed already?
Actually, they reached out to Coach Zoe and asked about if I'm fully committed. I don't want to say no schools, but
Right, got you.
they asked about if I was fully committed or not.
So knowing that, are you still good going to Houston after the fact?
Yes, because I'm hard on what people thought of me before
Gotcha.
I committed somewhere, or seeing like what I could do after.
Hey, you always
Right.
got transfer portal. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the thing about it, in college, you're gonna try to play defensive back, right, or you gonna play quarterback?
I'm going for defensive back.
That's big time, though. I mean, the thing is, you kind of do that half of the time, but somebody like yourself that's a quarterback and knowing what quarterback stinks and being a defensive back, I think that's going to be big time helping you maybe to read the field and do the things you do. Like now, as your brother, is he getting any looks, man? Because somebody got to start knocking on that young man's door because he is. I know he's just a junior, but man, he got some skills.
Yeah, a little bit. He got a couple calls. They're looking for defensive back, but he wants to go for receiver. So
No, he's a good time.
Yeah. You better tell him to take what he can.
Yeah.
that's why I told him. I sat down and talked with him. I told him you got to take what you can with this one. You'll get a receiver offer coming up, but whatever they give you right now, you might as well just take it.
Last year I didn't know if you knew, but we had LaDamon on the show, Keep It 100. Got to know him when he was at Southeast, and it was kind of funny because when we got him on the show, he really didn't have that much, man, and he was kind of discouraged and kind of down. But you know what he did? He kind of worked and started going to these camps, and he started showing out at these camps. And I told us, I just talked to Larry on Friday. And I was telling Larry, I said, man, I know TCU want him as a defensive back, but I'm telling you right, man, that kid is an amazing receiver. The things he does.
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if I'm TCU and I know what they got at receiver, man, I'm switching him over to a receiver because the kid can go, he can stretch the field. His speed's probably like you said, like your brother's, man. You don't think he's fast, and once he gets going, you're like, he runs right by you. So he's really football fast, man. But I know you guys are all tight, man, and it's good to see all of you guys that left Southeast is getting some big time offers and getting a chance.
They're all going to be in the Big 12, so they're all.
That's
gonna
it,
play
Big
each other.
12. You gonna have to cover him, or he got to cover you. That whatever I do it.
Would you play quarterback if they told you to? At Houston?
That's what me and my dad was talking about. I
'Cause
don't know. College, that's a lot.
No, not really.
It's a lot.
Man, you can do it, man. I'm just saying, you make the game easy, though. That's the thing about it. When you make the game look that easy, it comes that easy, man. And I'm just telling you, people has not got a chance to see you play yet. And now you've been on the, I don't know if Southeast had, anything like that on TV. But, man, that's the thing about it. When you go to, it's not like, this is the thing is, you've been doing this since probably 8th grade, 7th grade. it's nothing new.
Yeah.
You're just taking care of business, and so people haven't got a chance to see you. And now being in a big time program like that, and you know, Westmoore got, you know, they still got some of the same guys, but you know, adding you and your brother and some of the other dudes is helped the program step up. And Zoe knows that, man. I mean, he'll be the first to tell you that. He's not gonna be like, hey, man, these guys has helped up. You know, when you watch the Jaguar show, man, they talk about, you know, MJ, man, he's gonna make a play. So it just shows right there, you know, what your game has brought to Westmoore. And one is you know, I still kick myself in the knee, like, how in the hell did y'all lose to Choctaw? Because y'all 10 times better than them, but you go beat Jinx, you beat Broken Arrow, and you beat
I
Moore.
think it's the zone read.
I don't know what it is.
Because you can't cover, because it's 1-on-1 and it's just him and a safety, and he's gonna run past the safety.
I mean, do you feel like Choctaw's better than any of those?
You play Choctaw right
No.
now, you're gonna beat them 9 out of 10 times.
Big E, you got
I
anything
feel,
for him?
I feel like we should have won that game. I think we went into that game like we were just finna kill them,
Yeah.
and that's what. After that, we seen a different side of Kozo, and that's when that county fair came out.
That Obama came out.
That Obama, Missouri came out. He said, I am not going to lose my house to Choctaw. You know, I was teasing. I said, one thing about Coach Zoe, he ain't got no for sale sign for his yard right now, because what he's doing, you know, taking care of business, knocking off Moore, you know, which is everybody wants to win that game, and then knocking off Jinx. I mean, which Jinx don't lose very often at all. And then, you know, beating Broken Arrow, another team that won state here in the last 5 to 6 years. You know, so you guys have done something. I mean, I know the work is not done, so we can't just celebrate because we beat Broken Arrow and Jinx and more. I know you still got some tough games ahead. You know, I know you got Norman North left. Who y'all got left?
Bixby.
Bixby's gonna be for the. I mean, if you take care of Norman North and then you take, you know, and you win out, that Bixby game's gonna be for the district championship. And Bixby can be beat. Jinx beat him last year.
Just
so
gotta figure it out.
you gotta figure out within and slow them down. I mean, they don't have better athletes than you guys.
Just keep their offense off the field.
Keep their offense off the field. That's it. Big E, you got anything?
Yeah, so you know, talking about your commitment to Houston, you know, what kind of helped you decide that Houston was going to be the school for you?
Actually, it was because I came over there. I haven't even played a single down in football, and they just went off the film at Southeast. Not what I can do. Other colleges, not what I could do in 6A,
Gotcha.
and they took chance on me.
Okay.
Big time.
And then, you know, what's your relationship with Coach Holgerson and your position coach over there?
It's really tight. We really when I went for a visit, it felt like a family down there. So that kind of tied it down too.
Yeah,
really cool down there.
You gotta get used to that heat. That heat is
Houston heat, man. But you know, I'm kind of once I saw, you know, all those new teams joining the Big 12, I kind of saw Houston as one of the teams that could probably succeed better than the rest, just because, you know, Houston, it's an attractive city. People like to visit there. Lots going on.
Plus
you know,
the talent down there.
Yeah, all the talent in the Houston area. You know, all the pipelines and stuff, and you know, I think here in the next few years they're probably going to be at the top of the Big 12, toward the top.
Yeah,
you know,
Houston,
so
Colorado.
yeah. So, man, how's that? Oh, are you excited for that? Having the opportunity to play against Coach Prime?
Yeah, when Daniel went to the game at TCU.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
How glad he was ready to play against him though.
Yeah.
So yeah. I can't wait for it.
Coach Prime gonna bring the Hollywood and the stars out. It's pretty cool though. You get to play against
Give me my theme music.
Yeah, get my theme music. You know, play against a legend like himself though, man. But you know, I know you guys got a younger brother, right? That's what is he? 8th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade?
Man, you mean the younger big brother?
Now, what positions he play? Because everybody talk about he supposed to be better than you two. So
Tailback.
that's amazing. Because I know
he's a running back.
He's a running back. That's a big boy.
Yeah.
And he's fast.
Man, that's good though. Your mom and dad has done a great job with y'all, man, having 3 outstanding athletes. Because I'm sure by the time the season's over, your brother's gonna have all people knocking on his door. Because I mean, just what he's done to stretching the field, man. I mean, you know, you throw it up, he catches it, he just kind of leads people. Kind of look like you know, you and Deion's son, and you know his receiver just throwing it up and leaving people. And you know now people got to, you know, like I said, recognize him. Then I know you guys have done some stuff with the tight end, and then your running backs have been running good. So I think the offense is clicking. I think, you know, defense, just, you know, if they get settled down a little bit more, I don't know if you guys got some guys hurt or whatever, but they are giving up some points. But your offense putting up points, and that's one thing about when I look at these high school scores, it seems like no one really plays defense a lot. But
it's just the offensive scheme.
It's just the offensive scheme, yeah. So it makes it tough for people to slow somebody down. But what you guys are doing right now is I'm excited for Zoe. I've known Zoe for a long time, and me and my brother both, and my nephews at Brink, so I get to keep up with them. But who do y'all got left? Who you got this week?
We got Enid coming up.
Man, Enid's not a bad team.
Not a bad team. They came out there and upset Moore on their homecoming.
Yeah, on their homecoming, but they shouldn't do that. It shouldn't.
You keep the penalties down, no turnovers.
Y'all going to Enid or Enid's at home?
No, it's home.
Okay. So, that's big time though. But MJ, man, like I said, I'm really excited for you, man. I'm glad you came on the show, man. I always like to have up and coming stars. Anybody go get the 5 and 4 stars, but it's get the guys that's coming up that's worked their butt off to get the scholarship. And like I said, I know when you get to Houston, you're gonna take care of business, but you still got business to take care of here in Oklahoma with Westmoore and the Jags,
yes,
and hopefully you guys can get a chance to play for that state championship. There's nothing better being your senior year and playing for a gold ball. And having a chance, even if you lose the Bigsby, but you might have to play some of these teams again. That road to the 6A gold ball ain't gonna be no joke with Union or Wasso. Some of these teams, Mustang. It's gonna come down to you being a leader and leading these guys. Like you said, one thing that I like what you said earlier. You talked about Southeast, man. They see who they're playing and they get down on themselves. As you being a leader, you can pick these guys up and say, hey man, we've already beat some good people. We can't get down on ourselves now. We got to just go finish business. Jonah, anything else when we let him go?
No, I'm good.
E?
Good. Appreciate you coming on.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for having me.
No problem, EJ, man. Go take care of business this Friday night against Enid. Make it 4 and roll in district play.
I got you.
All right, man. Take care. Keep it 100, Oklahoma High School Sports. Well, folks, that's MJ, man. The outstanding quarterback, man. Like I said, I know he's going to go to Houston. Houston's not it's not a bad school. I know they're kind of struggling in the Big 12, but hey, is this going to be the year struggle? Should be this year, because right now Texas and Oklahoma is controlling the Big 12. Everybody else is trying to play catch up and get on the bus, and hopefully they got a chance to play with both these teams. But you can see, it's he signed with Houston. His young brother is a good ball player himself. 2 younger brothers, I guess he got one that's in 8th grade. That's a hell of a running back. That's my wrong. Keep it 100. Let's get on the good one. Boom, there it is right there, the real one. But, so I think this young man has done big things, man. People's going to talk about, he's a move-in. Well, everybody got damn move-ins, you got to work. You got to win with your move-ins. Don't just have me move-ins and you ain't winning. So we're going to recap the games from last week real quick. Then we'll have you talk about some of the big games coming this week. And we're going to get the hell out of here because it's hot in here. Just joking. And I'm not purple today.
Weather is perfect.
Purple.
Always purple. All right. In Big 6A, you had Edmond Santa Fe over Mustang. Mustang, is supposed to be the top 2, one of the top 2 teams in the state at 6A. But they decided to have a basketball game against Edmond Santa Fe. Edmond Santa Fe, man, I'm telling you, man, they're a good team. That's why Choctaw probably didn't want to play them. They can say what they want to say, but they didn't want no part of this Edmond Santa Fe as they knock off Mustang.
That's why they didn't want to play them.
They didn't want no part of that. I'm going to keep it 100. We gonna get down to them. I'm being nice right now.
It was a trauma.
Okay, but everybody else played.
They're not used to that over there.
But their girls softball and volleyball and everybody else played their sports.
So
what?
I don't know.
But your gold standard.
Yes.
There you go. So, like I said, Santa Fe knocks off Mustang 56-49. Wasso said, hey, Edmond North, not so quick. You ain't going to win tonight. Wasso still fighting. Big Deuce. Got to give Deuce Chalk a shout out. Young man got his first offer from Pitt State.
Who is this?
Deuce. His brother used to play with my boys over at the Standard. But he was at Booker T. His daddy said, we're going to take our talents to the Wasso like everybody else is doing. And he gets his first Division II scholarship over to Pitt State. So congratulations to that young man. I know his daddy feeling good. His dad's a hell of a preacher. Excuse me, sir, for cussing, but you're a hell of a preacher. But
on Sunday, too.
On a Sunday, too. But he'll pray for me. But Wasso gets the big win over Edmond North at 54-30. Then you come over to Moore. Moore, got to give it to C.J. Simons and Malachi. They get their first district win over sophomore. I think y'all should just close down the building.
They're about to open up another one.
And I think they should just close that building down and just transfer it to either Moore or sophomore, because it's no sense in having another Moore school, man. I mean, you see what it's doing to sophomore. I mean, they won 2 games in the last 8 years.
Y'all ever had it jumping when Thompson was?
I mean, that was a long time ago. Did you know Thompson got hurt? He ain't playing for it. What's it called? He tore his ACL.
Where did he end up transferring? FAU? Is that it?
Yeah, he
Florida
hurt.
Atlantic?
Florida Atlantic. Yeah, he hurt. So he done. I mean,
Dang.
poor guy, man. I mean, he was
He
at
been-
Texas. He was at
been
Nebraska.
8 different schools.
I mean, you know,
he about
he-
as bad as Daniels.
He's kind of like Puff Daddy, been around the world. Yeah. Can't be faded.
Goddamn.
That's what we do. We keep it 100. Nothing shade. I'm just saying he's been around the world. I mean, I ain't mad at him. Maybe he's on that Puff Daddy train. But Moore gets the win over sophomore, 45-0. Like I said, congratulations to C.J. Simons and Malachi and Coach Brian for getting their first district win of the year. Hope they go take care of business the rest of the year. Then you got Union over Norman, 65 to Union. I think Union is I know Westmore's playing good. I know you still got Jinx and you still got Bigsby, but I think Union is going to be right there in the thick of things at the end of the year, shooting to play for that. Yeah, I think so.
That
I mean,
show me anything.
well, I mean, I don't have to show you much, but I mean,
And nobody beating Bixby.
I mean, we don't know that.
I
we
know
said that
that.
last year, and Jinx beat him.
But who got the go ball?
I mean, I think Bigsby did.
Okay.
But Union gets to, they beat up on Norman 65-0, just a beat down, man. But Bigsby, they said, Enid, I know you got to win over Moore, but we're not Moore, so we're gonna just beat you 79-7.
Same colors.
Big shout out to Westmoore again. MJ we just had on the show. Big time win. They went back and forth, but Westmoore gets the win over BA. I think it was
MJ, I forgot to say this. Throw it away.
Oh yeah, throw it away.
Throw it away.
What was MJ's last name?
Who, Graham?
What was
I
his?
didn't hear.
Was it Graham? Okay. Because I asked him, I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's J's for Junior.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, he's junior.
Okay. I was just asking. MJ throw it away. Listen to Coach Jonah on Keep It 100. He's giving you some tips. He's been around the game a little bit, but like I said, Westmoore gets the win over BA. Big time win, man. Anytime you can beat somebody on the other side of the state, man, it's big time, man. I mean, because they call us Oklahoma City teams. That's what they call us when they doing their TV broadcast.
They say Oklahoma City
They
teams?
call us Oklahoma City teams. So,
Wow. You know what that means?
yeah, that's it. Jinx bounced back and get the big win over Norman North, 42-14. I know Keywan's probably dancing in the streets today because his boy won.
KD had a good game.
KD's always having a good game, man.
Yeah,
I
Every
mean,
game's a good game.
yeah, every game's a good game. I mean, KD is it should be called KD Jinx.
Yes. I know he's tired when he goes.
Man, I know his daddy got
He
a
does everything
Epsom
for that
salt.
team.
bad. They got a
Therapy,
whirlpool.
treatment.
I mean, poor man. I mean, he's probably
He probably practiced Wednesday through Thursday. Time you take Monday, Tuesday.
yeah, you take the rest of the week off, son. But yeah, so we're gonna get down into this small 6A. You got Stillwater over Sand Springs, 35-18. I think Stillwater
starting to click.
That's
now?
starting to click. But folks, Deer Creek said, "Wait a minute."
What kind of score is that?
Who's that?
20-25. That even looks ugly.
Deer Creek said, "Wait
I
a
wish I
minute."
knew how it happened. But
Deer Creek said, "Wait a minute. Gold standard. You're not gonna come in our house
And dance in our locker room
and dance in our locker room."
like you just won the ship.
Deer Creek gets the big win over the number 2 Choctaw. Big upset. And I'm gonna take
big upset.
because Choctaw number 2.
Man, get out of here.
Big E's at the upset.
You got a linebacker playing quarterback.
yeah, it's an upset.
What do you think's going to happen?
You stupid.
Is he not a linebacker playing quarterback?
Oh man,
What position he play on defense?
he plays safety.
That's
Oh,
a-
okay.
That's an athlete playing quarterback.
Athlete playing quarterback.
There we go.
I'm gonna talk about
That's
this
what
game for just give me 1 minute, and I'm not gonna be hateful. I watched the game, and I just
go. You can't.
the thing I gotta say about this game: 1, punt the ball,
Oh, he didn't punt the ball?
kick the field goal.
He's still playing Pee Wee football?
I mean, just kick the field goal, punt the ball. I mean, your defense, their defense is legit.
I told you they'll never win the game unless he starts punting
punt the
and
ball,
kick
kick the field goal. And I tell you, man. I mean, I'm gonna give a big shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to Thad Williams. I'm gonna give a shout out to Steele Wassel. Those guys are quarterbacks. Not taking them from. I'm not taking them from Cash. Cash is a great athlete, a hell of a baseball player. Probably gonna get drafted. Probably gonna go to one of the top schools in baseball. His daddy's always on Facebook, Instagram, saying stuff. I don't know if he's joking or whatever, but sit back and just and watch the ball game.
Enjoy the ride.
Enjoy the ride. I mean, your kid's a hell of an athlete. Don't need you to post nothing on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you post stuff on.
That's what it's for.
I understand, but sometimes, man, you just, you know what I mean.
You're doing
But
too much.
Too much. But, the other night, I mean, the kid can run, but they have no downfield receiving.
Yeah.
None. They have no.
Yeah,
you know,
no,
Ryan?
They lost a lot of their playmakers.
I mean, you have no playmaker. I mean, Juju is it, but
Yeah.
Juju, I mean, you got.
Well, if you got,
Anytime you put Juju in motion and
he's getting the ball.
he's getting the ball.
But where's the other two tailbacks? They can't catch.
I mean, about 2'2".
As long as you can outrun somebody and catch.
I tell you one thing about Deer Creek, man. I mean, just their game plan and everybody anybody that's good that can coach and got some decent athlete, you can slow Choctaw down. Because what Deer Creek did, he took the defensive end and spread them all the way out.
Right.
And so, Choctaw ain't running off that 5 and 6 hole.
No, because they're too little.
They running off that outside.
Yeah.
So that defensive end was already out there.
So he's just waiting for
They
him.
was waiting for him. They made some second half adjustments. I think Juju caught a little screen out there, but it's still a little bubble screen that 9 people's in front of him and he goes.
He
But
just did Juju.
Yeah, just did Juju. Juju can go, but that's it. If you got a good team
They
and
got talent. He just
I don't know what Will. I haven't seen Will. I mean, he had one play. Heard his name called one time. You were D1 big time Power 5.
Put Will in the backfield.
I don't know. I'm just telling you right now.
I'm not gonna tackle Will.
If you're looking at man, if I'm a parent of this team, and I'm looking at, I'm like, man, it's like, really, man. I'm not being mean. It's like Mickey Mouse football.
That's what they had to do because they didn't have the talent. He needs to get away from that.
Yeah, you got to get away because you got 2 good backs, man. Maybe line them go power eye.
But the thing is, he can
broke
put
eye.
that big tight end as an H back.
Yeah.
The Bronco back.
Then throw the tight end one time.
And you can throw at him out of the backfield, and it's him against a linebacker.
Then throw to him one time.
You can put one of those.
But you have.
Watch this. You got both those tailbacks. If one's going to be in, both of them should be in.
Yeah. Go
you
to
can
a
put
beer
one
package.
You can put one as a slot, and one at tailback or vice versa. You can use your talent.
But your quarterback, man, he really can't throw down the field. I mean,
you don't got it though. You just niggle
But
down.
I'm saying though, when you're playing big time football, you got to throw down the field a little bit.
But just do like everybody else do. Small ball, slip screens, pops, throw it down the field just to show that you can throw it. You may get a completion, you may get a pass interference. Okay. You just got to show it.
I'm done. Is that my minute?
That's your minute. Here,
Right,
hold on. I think you went over.
Muskogee is I mean, Carl Albert slowed Muskogee down, but Muskogee, man, each week they're putting up big time points. Man, they score another 70 points.
Is Carl Albert that good though?
I mean, Carl Albert's pretty good.
They're
I mean, Carl Albert's pretty good. They got a lot of weapons. They got a lot of kids. They're well coached. I mean, when you're well coached,
you got real coaches.
Coach Dunn punch the ball.
You got
Coach
real
Dunn kick field goals.
You got real coaches that could coach at another school, not some knuckleheads.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. I mean, sometimes you got to, because I think a couple times, Choctaw's defense is good. I will say that.
Are they good or they just rushing everybody?
They rush a lot of people.
That's not
but
good. Good is not.
It is what it is. I mean,
that's not fundamental football when you're sitting all 11.
Did they play Juju both ways? Is he playing in the
he goes a
backfield?
little bit. He plays a little secondary. I mean, he plays a little
That just shows
secondary.
me you can't stop, man. You gotta go. If you just go on two,
Hey, man, we're
just
done
go
with
on
this.
2 on every down.
I do like number 4 a lot too for
Who's
the
number
Hubert. Their
Yeah, yeah.
They
defense
got
is
athletes.
pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Jesse Lopez's cousin.
Yeah.
He's a
Jesse.
Lopez. Lopez from the movie Lopez. That's his cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Let's move on because, like I said, I'm done talking about them. That's too much talking about them.
Goddamn.
I mean, Muskogee. The only thing I see is that when Choctaw losing that game, they're going to finish number 2 in the district. So there's a good chance they can play Sand Springs. A good chance they play Stillwater. Maybe. Yeah, there's a good chance they play Stillwater because Muskogee's going to probably finish number 1 in that district. Stillwater probably finish number 2, and Sand Springs will finish number 3. So there's a good chance they could face those teams because of what it is. The top 6 teams go. The first 2 get a bye, then you got to go from there. But
That was the top 8. They took 4 from each side, right?
Is it top 8? It might be top
Yeah, I
8.
think
You're
they
right.
yeah, they
Then
take
you
fourth
then you
on
go
the side.
then
Your first two get a bye.
first 2 get about. My fault. Thank you, Biggie. Thank you for correcting me. Thank you. But I just think it's going to be tough for them. I mean, they would have to knock off Muskogee, probably maybe knock off Stillwater to get to the state check. Can they do it? Yes. But I think it's Muskogee's year. I mean, I just think that watching that game, Deer Creek didn't really have no offense. All they had was a quarterback. They have no speed, no running back, and Muskogee has all.
Had a running back.
Who?
Deer Creek. He wasn't there.
He didn't show up that night.
He was ineligible.
He's not probably ineligible.
When's that Muskogee Stillwater game?
It's coming up, but Muskogee will beat them by 30.
Is it on the same?
Muskogee
Is it
beat them by
in
30.
Stillwater or at Muskogee?
Are we going to go?
I'm wanting
Muskogee will
to.
beat who?
Muskogee beat Stillwater by 30.
You think?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Muskogee's. I mean, Carl Albert slowed them down. I mean, they scoring 70 points every
But that
game.
game's early though.
And it was, and
I mean,
then
you see,
and
you
then
see
you
them
and
again.
then,
What
then
happens?
well, then you look at it. Then you
Oh,
look,
that's at Stillwater on the
yeah,
third.
we can go.
Hold on. We might have to make. I might have to make a little trip out of this because isn't Bedlam on the 4th? The Bedlam's the next day.
Oh, okay. You gonna stay tonight?
You
Yeah, I'll just stay the night in Stillwater. Watch that Muskogee Stillwater game. Wake up
Okay.
next day. Go to Bedlam.
You gonna hang out? You know, tailgate?
Hang out in Stilly.
Okay.
Tailgate a little bit. Hit up
Okay.
Eskimo Joe's.
You ain't gonna get no loving.
What?
Let's move on.
He said,
Where we at? So, talk about Muskogee beating up on
U.S. Grant.
Yeah, U.S. Grant. I mean, that was just it's bad.
Man,
Bad.
U.S.
football.
Grant needs to go back to independent.
Yes.
I can't hear anything.
You can't.
We can hear you.
We can hear you say something.
No, I know you can hear me. There we go.
Oh, you
Oh, okay.
Going into 5A, you got Piedmont over Laud Nike, 36-25. Had Coach Hall on last week. Thanks for coming on, Coach Hall. Glad to get you back on the winning streak. That's going to be another tough district. You got Deer Creek, you got Carl Albert, you got Piedmont and Bishop McGinnis. I'm not Deer Creek, I'm sorry. You got Guthrie, Piedmont, Bishop McGinnis, and Carl Albert. Bishop McGinnis probably finished number 4 in district. Piedmont should finish 3. Between Carl Albert and Guthrie finished 1 and 2. Guthrie's the real deal. Beat up on Bishop McGinnis this week. Beat him 20-0. Guthrie's running back, number 4. Don't know his name. I will get his name, but he's a ball player. He's gonna be a handful for Carl Albert. That's gonna be a great game. That Carl Albert Guthrie game is gonna be a game. Go get your ticket now because it's gonna be one of the best games in the state. One thing about Carl Albert, man, they're not getting to play all 4 quarters. I talked to Coach Don yesterday. And he kind of talked about that. Man, it's tough, to keep his seniors and keep his first team out. People's asking to run the clock after the second quarter. He's up 49-0. I mean, I turned it on. It was already 49-0.
Shall ask.
I just
should receive.
I mean, I just turned it off. I mean, what am I gonna look at 49-0, man? They're not gonna show nothing, and so
and you will receive.
What's that?
I said when you ask for something, you will receive.
So I'm just saying. So that kind of puts you right there. Laud Mac is a team that I think that that's doing some big time business. They'll take on Midwest City next week. I might have to put the helmet back on. My Bombers got beat again on homecoming, but Laud Mac took care.
He said he got beat on home.
Laud Mac took care of Ardmore, beat them 52-13. It's a team you need to watch. Mac and Elgin will battle for the district championship in that district. El Reno gets the big win over the Bombers on their homecoming, 27-14. Bombers, man, I mean, the Bombers was fighting to get to the 4th seed, man. I mean, Coach Hall, I know he's doing the best, but, if you watch my show with the Bond deal, the Midwest City Bond, Coach Hall said it in the show with me. He's like, man, I'm playing with my kids. I don't have kids moving in. So, Coach Hall, I love you, brother, but you might need to go get a couple kids to move in this day and age because you just can't play what you got because, I mean, you can't lose El Reno at home. I mean, they were good. I'm going to get it wrong. El Reno ran hard, man. They had a couple big backs, man. I mean, they were some big bruising boys, man. They ran through you. Good luck to the Bombers. Coweta over McAllister is a big-time win for Coweta over at McAllister. Dale City and Coweta will be fighting for the district championship here in a few weeks. Dale City get another big win against Sapopa. I mean, Sapopa was a big, they used to be they're a small 6-18 and dropped down to 5A. Dale City, it was 12-0 at halftime, but Sapopa had, held their own. But Dale City just too much, and I mean River. And and some of the guys, they didn't have their best game, but did enough to win the ball game. So that's the thing about Dale City. Different young men step up each week. So Coach Jones got it rolling on, sitting at 5-0. So big time Coach Jones doing his thing. Then you look at Shawnee. You got to give Coach Madonna. He got the second win. I think Shawnee ain't won that many games in the last 3 or 4 years. Congratulations, Coach Madonna, getting his first district win over John Marshall. John Marshall, I don't know where you been and where you going, but that's another school that might need to go independent.
5A?
Yeah, they're 5A today.
They were Friday.
They were Friday.
Okay.
But he got a win. Like I said, Guthrie over Bishop McGinnis, 20-0. That's going to set up that Carl Albert Guthrie game for the district championship here in a few weeks. Then you got Bishop Kelly's another team I say keep your eye on, man. They get the win over Edison Prep 49-13. And Elgin over Altus, man, 57-0. And then Carl Albert over Southeast, where MJ and all the guys were at. Maybe they were still there. The game would have been a bit closer, but it's still been a loss. But 77-0.
Damn, basketballs.
That's horrible. They didn't even get a field goal. Not even a 2-point conversion. So, congratulations to Carl Albert, Coach Don, and doing their big thing. Moving down to 4A, you had Harrod getting his big win. Harrod getting a big win on homecoming and getting his first district win. Congratulations to Coach Blink, doing your thing over there. I know you lost one of your top players, man.
They had a kid. What's it? I forget his name.
Dang it! He's
What was this?
really good kid. I think he kind of plays
receiver,
everywhere.
DB.
Yeah.
I got his name on top of my head.
Like for the rest of the season?
He's down. He broke his arm. He's done for the season. But Coach Blink said next man up, and guess what? They got the big win over Tecumseh, homecoming 34-12. Blanchard must be the real deal, man. I know Blanchard got beat by Piedmont early year, but after that, man, they've turned it on. They beat Tuttle 26, and Tuttle's a good team. Then Newcastle bounced back over Bridge Creek and beat them 40-3. Wagner and number 7 Cushing had a hell of a game, man. I mean, that's one of those games that you had to sit and watch. You didn't want to get up and go use the restroom. That was a game came down to 15-14. Not a lot of scoring, but a lot of great defense. And when you did score, everybody jumped up and cheered. Bethany is another team that's looking good. Harris got to fight to get in the playoffs. They're gonna have to knock off Bethany or SSH Classen to get in there. And I mean, Bethany gets the win over Classen. I don't know, man. I mean, hey, you got to go play the game, Big E.
You do.
But Bethany gets the win over them, 45-6. Poto over Hillsdale, 56-0. Moving down to 3A, we're almost done with the scores, and we'll talk about some of the top games. 3A, you got Lone Grove with the big win over Plainview, 34-26. You got Marlowe over Dickerson, 40-0. You got Jay's a team that's way out there in the sticks, but you know what? They get a big upset over Cassia Hall, 57. I mean, look at these scores: 57-34. You got Lincoln Christian over Chakota, 54-20. You got Metro Christian over McLeod, 34-13, and you got Heritage Hall, the best team in 3A, over Douglas, 63-0. Then moving down to 2A, you got Chandler beating Bethel. My man, Coach Ginn, and just having one of those years like, hey, I can't wait this year to get over because they get beat 62-21. Millwood played Perry to a hell of a game. I thought Perry was known for wrestling, but I guess Friday night they was known for football. They lose to Millwood 18-6. And then you got victory over Morris, 51-6. Then you got Jones over Luther. That's a hometown battle of the country stick teams. Highway, what's the highway down there on Highway 77? I think it is.
77 Bowl.
Yeah. So you had Jones over Luther, 30-12. You got Purcell, a team that people don't talk about is Purcell, man. I think they're sitting at 4-1. They went over Frederick 27-0. Then you got Washington, the best team in 2A, with the big win over Cricket Oak, 49-0. What we got this week, Big E?
All right. Top game in each class here. You got Mustang at Union. That's probably going to be the best game in 6A1. I think that game could really go either way just because of the way that 6A1's been this year.
Mustang, and you're just going to beat the brakes off of Mustang.
You think?
Yeah, they just beat Hawasso. Hawasso just beat up on Union. No, Mustang gonna lose,
okay.
Man.
I'm just saying 6A1's been weird this year. So 6A2. Best game in 6A2. Man, there really isn't one. Lawton and Deer Creek, I guess, would be the most competitive game out of all these, but
a good game.
I don't know. Let's see, 5A. You got. Let's see what we got in 5A.
Does Carl Albert not play Bishop McGinnis?
Yeah, Carl Albert, Bishop McGinnis, but Carl Albert. I mean, Bishop McGinnis isn't as good as they have been in previous years, and but Carl Albert's probably the best they've looked since they had like Rabbit, JT, all them. So, but. Yeah, Carl Albert will win that pretty handedly.
That game at Carl Albert too, right?
Yeah, it's at Carl Albert.
Yeah.
Is there another 5A game? I mean, not really. Moving on to 4A. Let's see. There's just so many games. Newcastle and Hera. That should be a good one right
I
there.
think I'm gonna go catch that one.
Yeah,
I think that's gonna be it.
That'd be a good one to catch.
I mean, Hera got to get this win, man. Hera has to get this win to get in the playoffs. I mean, they have to win this game. They don't win this game, they're not going. They might not get in. And then Coach Blink, I'm calling it out to you, man. You got to call everybody out and do a blackout this Friday night. Hera, do blackout.
All right.
Blackout.
Elk City and Chickasha. That could be a pretty good game right there as well. 3A. Let's see what we got here. Really nothing really jumps out at you. Plainview, Pauls Valley could be a pretty good one right there. Just Perkins. Mount St. Mary's not terrible this year. They're not great, but they're not terrible. They'll probably make that a little bit more competitive than Perkins would like it to be. Kingfisher and Metro Christian. Here like 2-3 years ago, that would have been a really good game, but Kingfisher's kind of down right now, and Metro Christian, they're doing okay, but not as good as they have been in previous years either. And then 2A, you got two undefeated teams in Kiefer and Kansas that'll face off at the 2A level. That'll be a pretty good one right there. Somebody will get their first loss of the season. And then you got, here we go. Here's one to point out. Crooked Oak and Little Axe. They are both of them are 0-5. They are winless. Somebody's
going to get a W this Friday night.
Yeah. So
They're going to party.
I think I'm going to have to pull out. I'm going to have to. What am I trying to say here? Not pull up. I ain't going to that game.
Yeah, I think we need to go check out Hera.
I'm going to have to pull for Little Axe.
We need to go. We need to go check out Hera. Hera Newcastle, man. I think that's going to be a good one. Great quarterback over there. Great coach with Newcastle's coach, and then you got Coach Blake. You got two good coaches going at each other. They're both fighting for a playoff spot. I think Newcastle's in a little better position than Hera, but Hera needs this game, though. There's a game you need.
Yeah,
you got to, you already lost to Tuttle, you already lost to Blanchard, but you can't lose to Newcastle because you still got to take on Bethany. So I mean, only top four go. And then in 4A, and right now you're looking at Blanchard being number one.
Well, they got
Huh?
Who have they beat? Who has beat Hera?
I mean Newcastle. I'm not Newcastle, but Tuttle, and then
both in
Blanchard, all in the same district. So and that whole district's all in the same. So I mean you can't slip up. That's why I said you need this win against Newcastle. You need to win against Bethany. That'll put you at least a 3. Yeah, I mean one of them but it also goes to who Bethany beats and who so
right.
It goes head to head though. That's why I said you want to get this win against. You want to get this win against Newcastle. Do you want to get this win against Bethany? And that's going to put you at the third seat, though. You want to be right in that third seat. The third seat's still going to go on the road and travel, and then you got to probably go to the Poto and Cushing and one of them schools, though. I mean, that 4A is pretty salty too, though. Who's the other team? Wagner. Is that the Wagner's the other one in 4A that's pretty salty? That is right there. So Wagner is always good. So that's what I'm saying. Hera really needs this win. We got to come out like it's another homecoming game, folks, and support them Hera Panthers. Get Coach Blink in the playoffs, man. I mean, last year they went 3-7, and right now they're sitting at what?
3-2 maybe.
3-2. Yeah, they lost the 2 district games. So they're still right there where they were last year. But I mean, let's get Hera in the playoffs, man. Let's get all the teams on this side on the state in the playoffs, man, and go take care of business. Anything else, guys? Before we wrap this up, though, like I said, I missed you two guys last week. It's always hard to do the show by yourself, but it's good to have you guys back, man. So I got somebody to talk to. I want to say. Thank you to Big E. I mean, I know he had to come in and edit it, to get the shows up, even though he was off. But big shout out to Middale letting me come out last week and do the what was it called, Big E? The
Middale Roundup.
The Middale Bond thing. Before this show airs, the bond already been voted on. But if you didn't it's going to help all Middale schools from from all the safety to the indoor facilities to all the things they need. Building new elementaries and keeping our kids here in our house instead of going outside and going to other schools. So keep them right here with the things that they need here for the safe room and the liberal arts and then the band. So folks, get out and vote. I mean, I'm gonna hit this. I'll cut this clip out and put it out tomorrow on Tuesday morning. Get out and vote for the bond. Help your babies. The babies need help. Help them because it's a good deal. It's a good deed. It's a good deed. It's a good deed. Good deed. Good deed. I mean, everybody else is doing it. They're building new scoreboards and tracks and stuff like that. So go do the same. Keep your babies here. Don't let them get away. Keep them at home.
Yep, 100%. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Keep It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share.
There it is.
And get us out there, all that good stuff. But, we'll see you guys next week.
He is so fired up, man. He stayed up past his bedtime last night. He stayed up to 11 o'clock.
Goddamn.
I usually stay up past 11 o'clock.
Well, Boomer Sooner.
10:30 for me.
10:30?
I'm out.
12 o'clock for me last night. So, folks, we appreciate you watching another great episode of Keep It 100. We'll see you next week. See ya.